We'll start with the location of styles, right? The concept tells you that we know HTML element, right? We know HTML element, and we are applying the properties on that HTML element by using a cascading style sheets. This concept, location of a styles, tells you that where exactly we can add the styles, in a which place, or how can we write, or different ways of writing a styles here, different ways of writing a styles here. First way, or say where we can add a location of a styles, is that first way is that inline styles. Inline styles are a styles rules placed within a HTML element using a style attribute. What is that inline style element? It is a strict style rules which placed within a HTML elements. We can add this within the HTML elements. Where HTML element present, there only we are applying the this style, inline style, using a style attribute. Which attribute you have to use? A style attribute you have to use. An inline style only affects the element it is defined within and overrides any other style definition for the property used in the inline style. So it's the second point is very important. Where you applied the inline style, there only it will affect, and it will override the other styles, in the sense that it gives a higher priority there, right? It takes a higher priority, right? Wherever you apply the styles, it does not matter. If you apply a styles within an inline, it will take that as a higher priority, and that will be affected there. Notice that a selector is not necessary here. You don't require any selector here with inline styles, and that semicolons are only required for separating a multiple rules. If you are applying multiple rules, only semicolon can be used here, not needed a selector here. Using inline styles is generally discouraged because it is having a demerits. Using inline styles is which is having a demerits associated with it. What are the demerits? Increases the bandwidth and decreases the maintainability. Increases the bandwidth represent, it gives you a much website document, or say code. It takes a much codes here, and maintenance is very difficult here. Why it is maintenance is very difficult? You are combining, because presentation and content are intermixed, or you are combining a presentation and content, and because it can be difficult to make consistent inline style changes across multiple files. So just we will take one example. H1 is a, you are considering it as a heading here. It's a Mallapha heading giving. And how can we apply the inline style? It's a H1 is a HTML elements. Within that only, within there only you are applying the style. Which property you are using? Style property you are using. Here it is a style property. E is equal to font size colon 60px is a one property you are taking. You are not needed with a selector. You don't need a selector. Just only the property value pair. That's a rules you need, and multiple rules can be separated with a semicolon. That's a semicolon is required here. Semicolon color, again semicolon, you are having this one semicolon. Clear? This is a inline styles. Just with one example, we will consider inline style attribute. Okay. Here we consider this as an inline style attribute, right? We'll execute this one. How we'll get the, what should be a font size? It should be a 60. Color should be red for this Mallapha group. Color should be red for this Mallapha group. Yes, we applied here. So color is a red here now. That is the first one, inline. That's over. Inline is over now. Now next is a embedded style sheets. So if you are, we consider H1 headings. One heading we consider. If you are having 10 headings in our web pages, and we want to apply the same red color on all the 10 headings, then there is a difficult that on each and every headings we have to use a style like a 10 times. Instead of that, you can use a embedded style sheets. Embedded style sheet. That's a internal styles. We can call it as a internal. That's a inline. It's a internal styles. Our styles rules placed within a style element. That is a, in a head portion you have to use a style tag. In a head portion you can use a style tag. That's the one thing. while better than inline style. It is a better than an inline style. Using embedded style is also by and large discouraged, in the sense that again if you are use embedded, again it will give you some more something like it's a discouraged one, like a demerits only. Since each HTML document has its own style element, it is more difficult to consistently style multiple documents when using embedded styles. That the meaning is that if you are using one web page, at that time you can write on a head portion, that's a style sheet. If you are having a 10 web pages, at the time on each 10 web pages you have to write this style like 10 times. So we will have one example, this embedded styles here. This the third paragraph we will discuss later, embedded. So embedded style is written here, style with a style tag you have to use here. So header, we consider the header. Where is the header? Here is a class, that's a header here. You are given the, for this division you are given the name as a header here, and you are applying the cascading style on this header. What you are applying, a padding is a 60px, again a alignment is center, background is that, color you are given a white here. So for which you are given a white? For this Department of CSE my supercooler header. Clear? Division is a one element, and you are applying by using a internal style or embedded style here. How to write? In a head portion, use a style tag. Within the style tag you have to have the styles associated with the HTML element. Clear? So output we will have here, Department of CSE, is that a color is a white, color is a white. Just if you change the color as a white instead of white, it's something like red. If you will consider red, then the color, obviously the color will change here. Which color? That's a class header color. Where is the header? This two is represented with the division. This division, the color of this will going to be a red one now. Just you refresh it. This two color should be a red one. Okay, it is giving a red. That's a, it's a we will call it as a embedded style. Just as with the inline style, embedded style can however be helpful when the quickly testing. Quickly testing, you can have this one, out the style, that is used for multiple places within the single HTML document. Again, to test quickly the HTML page, it is needed. That is a embedded style sheets. Now next is a external style sheets. What do you mean by external style sheets? External style sheets are a style rules placed within an external text file with the .css extension. It's very precise definition, very clear cut definition. How? In the next further way, whatever you want to apply the CSS on HTML element, you are writing those all the CSS in a different external file. That file name should be a file name .css, extension should be a .css here. This is by far the most common place to look at the style rules, because it provides the best maintainability. Whatever the style you want, just you place within the that file only, that .css file only you can place here. Where when you make a change to external style sheet, all the HTML documents that refers that style sheets will automatically use the updated version. In the sense that if you want to change the presentation or the CSS of HTML document elements, just you change the external style sheet, automatically it updates all the HTML elements. The browser is able to catch the external style sheet, which can be improves the performance of a style as well. So we will have one example of this external style sheets. I will consider the same example here. So I am using this is a hyperlink or the link we created here. So what is the link here you are considering in the head portion is that it's a link is a style sheet type. And what is the name of that hyperlink you are giving here, hyper reference you are giving here? Styles.css. That file you are referring here, and you are taking the property of CSS which is written in a style sheets. Where is this is a external file? Where is the external file available? Here it is a external file available, styles.css. Then if you edited this one, this is that dot css link, you are applying these all the properties. Dot css link represent, where is that? You are applying on this division, you are applying the css. If you want to apply the css on this division, whether you are writing the css here within this file, no, we are writing with the external file, where it is external file. This is external file, that is a style sheets. It's a styles.css. Clear? What you are given here, background color blue for this link, that is a Department of E&C, Kelly College of Engineering and Technology. You are giving a blue color for that, blue color, and some more. Is that here? It's a Department of CSE. You are giving the blue color for that. 1 minute. Blue color for the background. Color white for that characters. If you change it for green, we change the color. Where you changed in a styles.css. That's apart from this HTML element. Just if you run this one, automatically it is going to change here. Yes or no? It is changed here for the green. Previously it is for the white colored with a blue color background. Now it is changed with a blue color background with a green color character. That is changing of a CSS by using external files. That is over regarding this. How many ways? In a 3 ways. Location of a styles, or say where we can add a styles in a 3 ways. One as a inline styles, one more as a embedded styles or internal styles, one more is a external styles. Okay, thank you for